I planned on doing a commentary on how Congress should ban all of its members from trading individual stocks, but Congress beat me to it. 3 members of the House, including New York Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, have co-sponsored legislation to do just that. This is all happening after 4 United States senators got their hands caught in the coronavirus cookie jar. They are Senators Richard Burr of North Carolina, Senator Kelly Loeffler from Georgia, James Inhofe from Oklahoma, and Dianne Feinstein from California. All of them are accused of selling millions of dollars of stock right after a classified briefing on how the coronavirus was going to affect the economy. In other words, they got insider information and made certain they made a profit on their stocks, while the rest of us took a beating on our 401ks. There is a term for that despicable behavior. It's called disaster profiteering. Now, every one of the senators that I mentioned has cried foul and professed their innocence, but the timing of the sales is at the very least suspect. Take Senator Richard Burr, for instance. He is chair of the Senate Intelligence Committee. He sold off the day before Valentine's Day and after a classified meeting $1.72 million of his personal holdings. Less than a month later, the market crashed. He made a profit. We took a bath. But don't get too excited about the current legislation to stop that kind of slimy behavior. It seems that no matter what Congress does to try to curtail its own greed, members find a way around it. In 2011, 60 Minutes correspondent Steve Kroft led a blockbuster investigation that uncovered several members of Congress profiting from insider information, including the Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi.
Madam Leader, I wanted to ask you why you and your husband, back in March of 2008, accepted and participated in a very large IPO deal from Visa. At a time there was major legislation affecting the credit card companies making its way through the House. And did you consider that to be a conflict of interest?
I don't know what your point is of your question.
I think he made his point rather well, don't you? And after public pressure mounted, Congress got the point too. Within a year of the 60 Minutes report, the Stock Act of 2012 was passed by Congress, making it illegal for members to profit from insider information. And yet it had loopholes, and so here we are. I will say this, the current proposed legislation is pretty airtight, which is why I don't give it much of a chance. It bans members from trading individual stocks, period. It requires that once a member is sworn into office, all of their holdings are frozen for the length of their public service. And finally, and most importantly, it bans members of Congress from serving on the boards of any company. I know you probably thought that last one was already illegal. It's not. Members of Congress can sit on corporate boards as long as they don't receive compensation, at least not right away. Earlier this year, New York Congressman Chris Collins was sent to jail after giving his son insider information about a drug being developed by Innate Immunotherapeutics Limited, a biotech company in Australia. Congressman Collins served on the board of that company. He was also that company's largest stockholder. He also was a member of the House committee that oversees the developments of new drugs. Congressman Collins was charged in August of last year. He pleaded guilty in September. He was sent to jail in January of this year. And in that time, Oregon Senator Jeff Merkley has introduced legislation that would stop members of Congress, senators and House members, from being on corporate boards. But it's gone nowhere, which is why I don't hold out too much hope for the current proposed legislation. Members of Congress just are not going to vote for legislation to derail their own gravy train without 60 Minutes-like pressure. Now you understand why people will spend millions to win a seat in Congress for a job that pays $174,000 a year. The benefits are great. You get health care, a great pension, you get a gym membership, and most importantly, insider information that is worth millions. I'm Larry Mendte. We'll talk again soon.